don't have any membership requirements. The reason for this is we're trying to build a community of women, and we know it can be kind of intimidating to get involved. And so we don't want to put that membership requirement as a inhibitor for people to come to events. We're always trying to get new people to come and new people to get involved. So we have no membership requirement, and it's kind of come and go as you want.
You're listening to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Welcome your host, Jay Brew, with special guest, Dano.
All right, welcome to episode 4 of Hops News. Got another great episode lined up, and we got our special guest back in the studio with us, DJ Dano. Dano, what do we got lined up this episode?
Oh man, I'm excited to be back here in the studio and once again being featured here on Hops News. We have an awesome guest coming in with an organization called Girls Pint Out, and this is just an organization built around women coming together over craft beer.
Speaking of the ladies, have you seen Brotherly Love?
You know, I think he's still on, he said he went on an adventure and, you know, I guess he hasn't got back yet. I'm not really sure where he's at.
Yeah, so once again, if anybody sees Brotherly Love out there wandering around, if you could just steer him in the direction of the studio, we would greatly appreciate it.
Make sure he brings a couple beers back with him too, or he's not getting in.
For sure. So just like Dano said, we got another excellent episode lined up. We're going to have Amanda from Girls Pint Out in here with a conversation shortly. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with that conversation.
Welcome back from the break. Here's Jay Brew and Dano.
All right, welcome back from the break. We've got Amanda here from Girls Pint Out. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Amanda, take a few seconds and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in Girls Pint Out.
Sure. I am a lawyer by day, beer girl by night. Girls Pint Out, kind of my side gig. I moved to Indianapolis, which is where Girls Pint Out started in fall 2010, and was really interested in the group and ended up just taking it over. So that's kind of how I got my start with Girls Pint Out.
Nice. So you're a court lawyer? Is that what you do?
I work for the state. Yeah.
Awesome.
With the courts.
So,
yep.
Yeah. So lawyer by day and beer scene by evening. That's great. So your involvement with Girls Pint Out, what do you do with Girls Pint Out, and where did you start in the organization, and where are you headed with it?
Sure. I started as the Indianapolis chapter head. I am now president of the whole organization, so I run everything.
Yeah, I'm sure that probably keeps you pretty busy. So how many chapters do you have right now?
We're almost at 100. We're in the high 90s. It kind of changes day by day as we add new chapters.
Awesome. So we know a little bit about you, lawyer by day, beer scene in the evening with the Girls Pint Out organization. Tell us a little bit about Girls Pint Out, what your mission is, goals, and what it is that you guys do from day to day or week by week.
Sure. Girls Pint Out mission is to build a community of women who love craft beer and are a part of the bigger craft community. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We kind of go about this by social media interaction and planning events that are educational, social, and charitable. We also get involved a lot by volunteering at other beer events.
Awesome. So the members is there a membership? Is it a fee organization? How is the memberships based off of?
So, kind of a cool thing that's also confusing to a lot of people is that we don't have any membership requirements. The reason for this is we're trying to build a community of women, and we know it can be kind of intimidating to get involved, and so we don't want to put that membership requirement as a inhibitor for people to come to events. We're always trying to get new people to come and new people to get involved. So we have no membership requirement, and it's kind of come and go as you want.
Awesome. Do you have any, so if you don't have memberships, do you have a way to know or to judge how many active members you have?
No.
I know that's probably kind of tough, so.
No, I can tell you how many chapters nearly we have, but how many people are active in Girls Pint Out would be a very difficult feat.
Yeah, it sounds like it when you don't have a mechanism like that in place to bring them. So, what is tell us about some of the community involvement that the Girls Pint Out is involved with?
So, we have so many chapters all over the country, and I really encourage our chapter heads to get involved with charities and organizations that really appeal to them. It's kind of a bonus of being a chapter head is you can, if you're really passionate about women's rights groups or, dogs or whatever, you can support that passion with Girls Pint Out, which of course is, craft beer, another one of your passions. So we have all sorts of community involvement, really depending on where the chapter is and what the chapter head is interested in. I know a few chapters in Ohio have been gathering like women's toiletries, like tampons and pads and stuff like that, and doing drives like that, which I think is really cool. But, a lot of us do, things for animal shelters. It just really depends on what they're interested in.
So just curious, it sounds like you work with all kinds of different organizations, but, how is it working with local breweries? Have you found them reaching out to you, and if they are, is there a way that they can get involved if there's a local brewery hearing this and wanting to know how to work with your group?
Sure. Local breweries are always welcome to email info@girlspintout.org, and I'm happy to send that email on to whatever chapter is closest, or they can go to our website and check out the chapter directory and email the chapter closest to them. We get a lot of breweries that reach out to us and want to host events with us, and the reception has been incredibly supportive. I know in Indianapolis, I'm booked like a year out in advance because so many people want to work with us. I think we give breweries an opportunity to do some a little bit different, a little bit funkier events. I often ask breweries, hey, is there something you've been wanting to do? And, sometimes it's a little bit crazy, or maybe something specific to them about education, or, something as silly as an adult coloring night. We kind of run the gamut of all sorts of events. So.
Yeah, I think that you're definitely onto something with that with the breweries. Obviously, we see the style of beers that they're brewing opening up a little bit more to that crowd. So I definitely, I'm sure that you probably get plenty of opportunities to go to breweries and do events for them. So with that, what is the education piece? And you talked about briefly about what you guys do and your missions and your community involvement. I'm kind of interested in what the education piece might be.
Well, we do a lot of beer education on very specific topics. From parts of the beer doing, a yeast, a water, a hops, a malt, each separate ingredient education on it, to maybe a style of beer, and running the gamut of, different beers that are of the same style to just compare within a style. We've done beer judging education, just any kind of beer-related education that someone is interested in doing. We're usually pretty open to it.
Awesome. So with your community involvement, can you talk about some of the projects or involvement that you guys might have had, like specific projects that you kind of see as a highlight, whether in Indianapolis or across other chapters?
Sure. Well, one thing that's been pretty cool that we've worked with Green Flash for the last couple of years on their Treasure Chest campaign, which is the fundraiser for breast cancer. So Green Flash works with us to pair with chapters that we have where they're having specific events, and we help promote and work with them for that. So it's pretty cool that we can provide that network to support a national event. So that's one of our big ones that we've worked on. In Indianapolis, our couple big ones have been with the Julian Center, which is a women's center. We recently, last weekend, did one for the city market, which is our, kind of market in the middle of Indianapolis. But it's really been all sorts of events all over the country. So me going to specific ones would be kind of difficult without shorting to someone.
Yeah, so I've seen in your mission that you're in an article that I read about Girls Pint Out that the mission or one of the goals was to kind of reach a chapter in all 50 states. Have you guys reached that yet, or where are you guys at in that?
We're getting there. We're at 40 states right now, so we have 10 more to go. And it's funny because we actually have some of the more difficult ones. Like we have one in Alaska and we have one in Hawaii, but we don't have some in like some of the more popular states. Like Iowa doesn't have one. So we're working on it.
Yeah. Sounds like you're getting there. Well, at least you're a good part into it and have just a little bit to go. So Amanda, how do people get involved with Girls Pint Out, and how does one of the listeners get involved and get in contact with you guys?
Sure. You can always check out our website, which is girlspintout.org. One of the things on our website is our chapter directory. So you can check that out and see if you have a chapter close to you. And if so, you are welcome to go to any of their social media pages and get involved with them. If you're interested in starting a chapter, you can also email info@girlspintout.org, and we're happy to get you started and run through that kind of process. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/girlspintout, and our Twitter handle is @girlspintout.
Awesome, Amanda. Sounds like you guys are doing good things, and I can tell you the involvement from ladies in the beer scene is definitely picking up, and we appreciate you joining us for a short conversation to tell us a little bit about your guys' organization and what all's going on. Definitely appreciate you coming on and telling us a little bit about it.
All right. Thank you. Great having me.
Yeah, thank you. And stick around after the break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back from the break. Here's Jay Brew and Dano.
All right, welcome back from the break. We had a great conversation there with Amanda from Girls Pint Out. Dano, that's an amazing organization they got going on.
Yeah, it's really cool to see how, different organizations are branching off of the craft beer movement and, what it's opening up the door for many different organizations like, Girls Pint Out to come together and, drink good craft beer, but also make a difference in their community.
Yeah, it sure is. Obviously, we see it in the breweries and what they're doing as far as reaching out to that segment of the market and the styles they're brewing that's kind of targeting that market. So it's great to see that an organization like this coming together and really bring in the ladies that enjoy craft beer together. So definitely hats off to you, Amanda, and keeping that going, and definitely hope that this helps create some awareness for you and maybe bumps you up over the edge and able to get those 50 states in. So, Dano, the next great thing that everybody's looking forward to is to pay it forward to our loyal listeners.
Oh, yeah. It's the best part about the podcast is the free stuff we give away.
Yeah, it's good stuff, too. And today we're going to give away some brewery swag courtesy of the We Can So You Can Foundation. And I know this is probably a little bit different than most podcasts do, but we're really looking forward to paying it forward to our loyal listeners, and not just the people that follow us on social media. Although we use that to find the listeners, you have to listen to the podcast to know if you won. So a little bit different, but this week our Twitter follower is going to be Greg Flash, and his Twitter handle is @GKIRLIN, @GKIRLIN. And the Facebook like is going to be Betty Hernandez. You guys have 7 days after this episode is uploaded to contact us and claim your prize. And again, we definitely appreciate every single one of the listeners out there, Dano.
Absolutely. And congratulations on winning. Can't wait to give away some more stuff.
Yep. And it's pretty simple to enter the next giveaway. Simply follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook. And it's couldn't be any easier to find us on either one. At Hops News. It's that easy. And if you know of some awesome stuff going on in your local beer culture, we'd love to hear about it. Obviously, these episodes are put together by us being able to contact those folks and having a conversation with them. And if you know of any of that or would like to pass it on to us, it's pretty easy to get a hold of us, either any one of these social media outlets that we have, or you can email us at hopsnewspod@gmail.com, hopsnewspod@gmail.com, or Dano, the newest thing, man, check it out, Hops News Hotline.
Got that hotline bling.
Got the hotline going, man. We're almost legitimate now. So the Hops News Hotline, questions, comments, anything like that, passing on some cool, awesome beer culture-ness that's going on, feel free to give us a call, 828-278-9952. Again, that's 828-278-9952. Leave your voicemail, and we definitely will be sure to address it on the next episode.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, thank you again for listening, and we look forward to the next episode. Cheers.
Hops News is a We Can So You Can Foundation production. We Can So You Can Foundation supports the communities it serves through investment in social-minded businesses engaged primarily in education, veteran services, and affordable housing. To learn more about the We Can So You Can Foundation, please visit wecansoucan.org. Thank you for listening.